Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Veterans Virtual Job Fair. Today, we will be hearing from 3 employers hiring for positions across multiple industries. Each employer will speak for 10 minutes to give you some information about their company and will highlight the job openings they currently have. If you have questions at any time, please type them into the chat and we will address them during the Q&A session that will be taking place after all the employers have presented. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available in the employer booths, for you to refer to later. Now, I am pleased to introduce Richard with IDES. Richard?
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Illinois Department of Employment Security's Acting Director Richards, welcome to today's Veterans Virtual Recruitment Series. Thank you to our employers, military service members, and spouses for taking part in today's event. A special thank you to our workforce partner, Illinois workNet, for helping to facilitate the activities. My name is Richard Withridge, Statewide Veterans Program Manager for IDES. I served in the Army Field Artillery and retired after 22 years. I've been with IDES since 2003 and Statewide Veterans Program Manager since 2014. Today, we want to focus on our featured employer panel to find out more about their businesses and job opportunities, including how to apply. Today we have Libman, Schneider National, Stevens Industries Incorporated. As job seekers, you may want to take notes and pick up on keywords used by the speakers to possibly incorporate into your resumes. I turn this over now to our Veterans Business Specialist, Richard Mach.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Richard Mach. I'm the Veterans Employment Rep from Effingham, Illinois. I've been with IDS for 10 years, served 8 years in the Marine Corps. Currently, we have 3 employers here today, and our first one for the day is going to be Danielle Rhodes with Libman.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday afternoon. I want to thank everyone that has come together to put this program together. And I also want to say thank you so much to all of our veterans and service members' families, as we know that you serve along with your loved ones. I want to invite you to the Libman Company. We have been in business for over 120 years. We are family owned and operated. We are located in a small rural town, Arcola, Illinois, and yet we service the world with our cleaning tools. We have over 6,000 customers. We ship directly out of our shipping and warehousing services there in Arcola, Illinois, where all of our cleaning tools are made. We are a fully integrated company. What that does for us is it ensures quality of the product going to the customers. At this point in time, we have several openings. I'm excited to let you know due to a huge growth. So we are in about a 1.5 square million foot facility, and we are currently adding a few thousand more square foot to our north end to allow room for 23 new injection mold machines and another 15 automated production machines. So what this means for our community and the state is growth and more jobs. And I would like to invite everyone that's participating today to go to our website. You will find that at Libman, Libman.com. And from there, you can click on careers. You will see an array of positions we currently have available. We have everything from an entry-level packing position on up to process technicians and maintenance technicians. The one unique feature I'd like to point out about our company, other than being fully integrated, is that our owners are on site almost on a daily basis. Robert Libman, our 3rd generation, frequents the plant daily at all hours, so he's very involved in the processes, the employees, and the community. I appreciate that very much. What they look for is work ethic from our employees, as this is the foundational skill set from which we promote. So anyone can walk in our door and start out in an entry-level position, come in, learn our processes, get cross-trained in multiple areas, and grow from there. We are unique in the fact that we do not promote based on seniority. We look at the individual and what that individual brings to the table, whether it be a background of prior education or prior work experience or being cross-trained in-house. We also look at attendance and work ethic. These are the foundational skills in which we base our promotions on. At this point in time, with the addition of the machines that are coming in, we have added several new maintenance technician positions. We have approximately 6 current positions that are open, all brand new, due to the new equipment arriving. In addition to that, we are looking at adding another 5 to 6 process technician positions for the 23 injection mold machines that we are ready to receive throughout the next 12 months. Injection mold is a plastic-based program in which we take the raw materials and form them into the hard plastic. So everything about our cleaning product is our cleaning tools is made in-house, from the hanger tip down to the fibers. The unique feature of our product when you're looking at the bristles or the fibers is that they are all made from recycled plastic bottles, about 99%. We purchase these bottles and we recycle them, or we purchase already recycled bottles and we incorporate them into our product. All of our scrap is captured throughout the process and put back into our product, which minimalizes the waste and the carbon footprint. What this does is twofold. It allows for a very clean industry in which you're going to be working in, and it also drives the recycle program to be environmentally friendly, so we're not disposing of plastics out into our environment. This too is very unique. We do offer a lot of on-the-job training, but we do look for some minimal skill sets when applying to any technical role. We have partnered with local colleges to help facilitate some of that training, and we do offer a wide array of benefits. Some of our benefits include paid vacation, 8 paid holidays, full insurance coverage, everything from your medical, dental, vision, through different voluntary insurances such as short and long-term disability. Our company also will provide every employee with a life insurance policy valued at $50,000 free to you, with the ability to add to that. We have a 401k that we offer as well that you can start participating in first of the month following your date of hire, with a company match after 90 days. And the company will match up to half of a 6% employee contribution. After you reach a year of service, the company will contribute a small dividend on an annual basis at their discretion to a profit share program for all of our full-time employees. We also give all of our full-time employees 2 weeks of non-paid personal leave at the time of hire. In addition to this, we offer weekly paychecks. So night shift would get paid on a Wednesday night and day shift would get paid on a Thursday, with true payday being on Thursdays. We offer a wide array of direct deposit options, depositing in multiple accounts available. We also have what's called an attendance bonus. So as long as you come to work and work your scheduled shift, you will be eligible for a weekly attendance bonus associated with that. Our hiring process has been minimalized in part due to COVID. We do everything right now via email and phone, including our interviews and receipts of applications. Anyone can contact me directly for questions through my email address or at the office. And you can find that number on our website or call the general number and ask for Danielle Rhodes. I believe that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Danielle. Appreciate it. At this time, our next presenter is going to be Doug Harry with Schneider National. Doug, are you there, buddy?
Hi, Doug. Are you able to unmute yourself?
I'm sorry, Richard, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Very good. I'm sorry. I started off without you. Didn't realize I was still muted. Thank you for the introduction, Richard, and also for the invitation to participate in today's discussion. I'd also like to extend a huge thank you to all of our veterans in attendance today. Danielle, if you could move me to the second slide, that would be great. I'm used to speaking with those already in transportation. I'm guessing there's a broad spectrum of attendees today, and most of you may not have an insider's perspective of my industry. For that reason, I'll keep my presentation very general and basic. As I understand it, everyone on this call has been provided with my contact information. If you need clarity on anything I speak about today, or just something about the industry that you would like an answer to, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Also, if you visit the website you've been given, schneiderjobs.com, you can look at jobs, training providers, resources, videos, veterans benefits, and also sign up for job alerts. So on your screen, Schneider is one of the big players in the transportation industry, and in my opinion, we're also the best. I've been with Schneider over 25 years. I began my career here as a Class A CDL driver, straight out of truck driving school. My job now is working with those who have just begun their career in the trucking industry and those who have recently chosen the Schneider team after having worked in other areas of the industry. The whole purpose of these presentations is to provide information on available careers across our state. Whether you live in a rural area or if your view is more like the picture on your screen, there are opportunities available to you in the transportation industry. Schneider has associates in every area of the state and in many varied roles. The truck that you see represents the heart of our business. We have about 11,000 associates in driving roles, and about 500 of them live in Illinois. Add to this all of the support staff we have in place in Illinois to keep these trucks moving, and we're a major force in the economy. The truck on your screen is a Freightliner Tractor pulling a 53-foot dry van trailer. It's the largest offering here at Schneider, and although we have many other opportunities across our company utilizing different styles of equipment, when you see one of our trucks, it will likely look like this one. This type of trailer can haul just about anything that fits inside. More often than not, these will be filled with things that you and I use every day. If you could move to my next slide, please, Daniel. Everything you see here took a trip in a truck. This includes not only the familiar products you recognize, but the shelves they sit on and the roof they sit under. All of these products originated in many different locations, and due to our workforce, they wound up ready and waiting for you to come by and fill your cart. A truck brought all this to the store. If you can move to my next slide, please. This was a stop along the way to the supermarket aisle, the warehouse, and our trucks fill the warehouses with the finished product. So when your store calls for more, it's sorted onto trucks and heads to their dock in the right amounts to keep the shelves full. So in this case, a truck brought it into the warehouse and another truck took it out. Next slide, please. This is a picture of a 45,000-pound load of flour in one of our trailers. These items you see are called super sacks, and they are used to haul bulk goods before they are packaged. Maybe the sugar for your coffee, maybe the dried coffee itself. These can also be used for things like plastic pellets that are molded into containers, such as those that hold your milk or your orange juice. Next slide, please. The items you buy, whether that's groceries, a new flat screen TV, or your new car, all depend on the supply chain. Practically everything around you right now originated somewhere else. Schneider is at the core of the supply chain. We're in the business of keeping everything where it needs to be so that you have what you need to live, and all the companies across the country have what they need to provide those things to you. Next slide, please. We were founded by Al Schneider in 1935. One truck, one driver. We've grown over the last 85 years to where we're moving freight around the world at the rate of just under 10 million miles per day. Much of this freight involves our trucks, our trailers, and our drivers. We truly are a global company, so we are working with suppliers around the world and around the clock to meet the needs of our customers. Next slide, please. We have a large network of locations to support our fleet. With about 7,000 support staff to help keep the freight moving, we have many opportunities for those who have chosen a path other than behind the wheel. Many of these positions are filled by former drivers of ours who have decided to change course and help from behind a desk, while many others brought their skills directly to us without first exploring the world of commercial driving. The dry van picture I started off with is one of many different configurations we offer. We have drivers who haul freight for only one manufacturer, for instance. Some drivers choose to run team with another driver in the truck, where the drivers take turns driving and sleeping, of course, as the truck and the freight moves its way across the country. Some drivers choose a type of account where they can work with the freight as it's delivered to get some exercise and interact with our customers, while some prefer a part of this industry that involves more solitary time and more driving. They rarely, if ever, touch the freight. Some of our trailers are designed to haul only liquids. This product will get delivered to our customers through a hose, which requires a different skill set from the driver's perspective. And my apologies on the screen. Oh, back up, please. On this screen, I mentioned Edwardsville, and we do, I didn't finish this slide. So we do, in fact, have a full service terminal in Edwardsville in Southern Illinois. My company is headquartered in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're a global company. We have services in every state. But as far as Illinois goes, we have terminals in Chicago and neighboring Gary, Indiana, as well as customer-based offices in Sterling, Rockford, Joliet, Elwood, Galesburg, and many other cities. Now, next slide, please. There are lots of possibilities, and we're happy to help answer your questions and help you determine what part we can play in your future. If you are new to this industry or a seasoned veteran in transportation, whether that's driving or support, or possibly a Mike in the Army, for example, we have some great opportunities for you. If you haven't yet pursued training to get your Class A commercial driver's license, we may be able to help you get started. The website at the bottom of your screen contains a lot of information that we hope you will find helpful, including all jobs available within your zip code. You can easily apply to any job that interests you by clicking the Apply Now button next to each job listing. And each job listing you can click on, it will expand and have a very thorough explanation of that job. Next slide, please. So to finish up, maybe you want to be a career driver, or maybe you want to choose one of the many other paths that open up once you've entered our industry, or maybe you aren't sure. Feel free to check out our website to look at all the possibilities. And if you have unanswered questions, we're here to help. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thanks so much, buddy. All right, our last and final presenter is Jordan Stanley from Stevens Industry. I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule, but Jordan, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yes, my name is Jordan Stanley, and I am actually the Learning and Development Specialist here at Stevens. I am currently filling in for as a recruiter, which is actually one of our jobs that we have open currently. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm excited to talk about Stevens and let you know of all the job opportunities that we have available, as well as what Stevens has to offer you. I also want to say thank you to all of our veterans and their families. I'm excited to hopefully bring in some new employees through this and get some people interviewed. So a little bit about Stevens. So Stevens Industries is the largest manufacturer of commercial casework and architectural millwork in the United States. In 2015, the company was recognized as one of the fastest growing wood manufacturers in the United States. Woodworking Network noted that Stevens' business strategies have been key to the company's growth. In addition to quality casework, architectural millwork, and award-winning textured wood grain panels, we also offer specialty lines of laboratory casework and furniture, music and instrument storage, and child care furniture. Some of our specialty brands include our Stevens Advantage, our Stevens Wood, our Totmate, and our IDES systems and Techline America. Backed by the most extensive quality assurance program in the industry, Stevens dedicates itself to the current and future needs of its customers. Stevens is committed to the excellence in customer care, product innovation, community investment, and respect of the environment. So we were actually started in 1956. We are located in Teutopolis with a smaller location in Effingham, which is only about 10-15 minutes away. We are 100% employee owned. And a little bit about our corporate. We have about 500 employees. 56 of our employees have been here for over 25 years. We have 450,000 square feet of manufacturing space, and that is just at our main facility. And we have another facility that's smaller, that's about 200,000 square feet. That is where we do all of our lamination. A little bit of overview about our manufacturing. So laminate and fabrications, we laminate and fabricate over 5,000 sheets of particle board per day. To give you an idea of how much that is, that would cover about 5 acres of land. So we laminate and fabricate a good amount of particle board. And right now we're actually producing about 1,000 cabinets a day. That's our goal. When it comes to our different areas, so we have our lamination and our press facility. So that's where they actually take the lamination and they put it on the particle board. Then we have our fabrication department, and that's where we can take the different sheets and we can cut them down to the sizes that we need to make our actual cabinets. Fabrication also includes where we can drill holes, put pins in, we can put the banding on the side. And in those two areas, we have about 50 CNC machines. And then lastly, we have our assembly line where they actually take the different parts of the cabinet and they put it together with all the hardware, the shelving, the doors, before it gets shipped off. We also have a maintenance department, so we have around 30 maintenance personnel. And then we also have all of our engineering departments. We have a financial department and IT department. We have our sales department, and we have our estimation department as well. So we have over 850 vendors, and that includes 50 local vendors and 12 foreign countries. Some of our different customers that we have helped over the years includes Google, Apple, Walmart, JCPenney. We also have our local places, Carl, Sarah Bush, Heartland, St. Anthony. And we've also done a lot of schools, so any of our kiddie academies or kinder care. And then we also have done some hotels. So we have our Fairfield Inn, we've got a loft. And then we've also recently have gotten into the car manufacturing. We recently did a deal with Mercedes-Benz where we have created the lamination that they put inside the cars. So we have a wide variety of different customers that we ship to all over the world. And here at Stevens right now, we currently have over 20 jobs available. So we've got our assembly jobs, which are our entry-level jobs, and we've got about 12 of those available. That's where they actually take the different parts and pieces and they assemble it into the cabinets to be shipped off. Then we've got about 12 machine operator positions, and those range anywhere from our banders to our routers and drills, saw operators. And then we also have 2 press operators, and our press machines are where they actually take the lamination and they glue it onto the particle board. And then we also have some team lead positions, supervisor positions, and quality positions. And then we have a couple of office positions like sales. We've got an HR position currently open. supervisors, managers. So we are currently growing. Like most companies in the spring, we got hit with COVID. And so we did slow down on business a bit. But we were shocked to find out that everybody is starting to get back up building again. And we are getting lots and lots of customers. And now we're finding that we don't have the people to support those customers. And so we are very eager to hire people right now and get them in so that we can start helping our customers and building the products that they need so that they can continue their jobs. So some of the things about employment at Stevens that I'll talk about is so we get paid on a bi-weekly basis. So we get paid every other Friday. For our retirement plan, so we are employee owned, which means that we have an employee stock ownership plan. So you receive up to 10% of your annual income in ESOP or employee stock ownership. The company match through the employee stock share is shares of 200% of the 3% that you contribute. So you only contribute 3% and we actually do double that. We also have a 401k plan. So contribute up to $18,000 annually through a pre-tax payroll deduction. Anybody who is the age of 50 or older can contribute an extra $6,000 in catch-up contribution. And you can roll over outside funds immediately. For our health care, we have medical, we have dental, and we have life insurance. For our medical plan, we have two different plans available. We have our traditional, our HSA, and both of those options have different wellness discounts. So if you are non-tobacco, that can be a discount. And then we also have our wellness program that you can join in on. And with that, you just go get a simple physical and you will apply for the wellness discount. And then for our dental, we have two different coverage plans. Preventative services are paid 100% out of that dental coverage. And we also have our vision plan. So we have our vision plan is covers a lot of different basic preventative care. And then we have our life insurance. So we have our basic life. So we have a free $15,000 policy for coverage of life, accidental death, and dismemberment. And then we have our voluntary term life. We have guaranteed issue amount up to $250,000. Some of our on-site, we also have an on-site health clinic here that employees are able to use. If you are on the Stevens healthcare plan, you end up only paying $10. And if you have any dependents that are 5 years and older, you can actually use that on-site clinic for them as well. And our wonderful nurse can do blood work, vaccines, they can do physicals, and you can do this all while here at the facility so that you do not have to leave your job or take a day off for that. We also have flexible benefit plans. So we have part of our medical coverage, we have our health savings account. So there's a $520 company contribution annual to that amount. And then employees can choose to add to that amount if they'd like. And then we also have our flexible spending accounts. So we have our dependent care, and then we have our health flexible spending account. And then for paid time off, it's earned over, of course, the base of seniority. Associates earn up to 2 weeks in the first year, and 200 hours can be carried over into the new year. So for example, if time earned annually can include year 1 to 2 years is up to 10 days. Year 3 to 9 is up to 15. Year 10 is 16. 11 years is 17. 12 years is 18. 13 is 19, and 14 plus years is 20. We have 9 paid holidays, which include New Year's, Good Friday, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day. We also have disability pay, so short-term disability, you're eligible for 4 up to 24 weeks at 2/3 pay. That starts after just 2 years. And then we also have our long-term disability. Some of the other benefits that we have here at Stevens is we have our tuition assistant program. So if you're looking to go to school and get an associate's, a certification, or a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or doctorate in anything that we can benefit from, we have tuition assistance program that we can help pay for that. We also have discounts on fitness memberships, Weight Watchers, as well as safety reimbursements as well. And a part of our prevention here at Stevens for COVID is we want to make sure that our employees are safe here while at work. So we've implemented a lot of different COVID protocols. Some of those include temperatures daily, and hand washing frequently, frequent cleaning. We've hired extra staff to help keep the facility clean and to help protect our employees. And we've also flexed our attendance policy to help accommodate the COVID protocols. If you're interested in applying for a job here at Stevens, you can just go to www.stevensind.com/careers, where you will see all of our different jobs that we have available. All you have to do is up at the top right corner, there is a login button. So you'll want to click that, and then you'll want to create a new account. It'll ask questions about name, birthday, all of your contact information. And then all you have to do is apply for whichever job you want to and attach a resume. I do pull on a daily basis, and you'll usually get a call within the next couple of days of applying. So I encourage you to go on there and see all the jobs that we have available. Like I said, we do have a different variety of skills available, all the way from entry to machine operating, forklift drivers, press operators, or supervisory skills or team lead. So if you are interested, please go onto our website and apply, and I will get your application pulled. I think that's all I have.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, Daniel.
Well, thank you so much, Richard. And I do also want to thank all of the employers who presented here today. Fantastic job. And we also thank you for your support of the veterans community at large. Before I kind of outline how the Q&A session will work for those that are on the call, I just do want to encourage you all to enter any questions that you have into the chat section, and we will be sure to get those answered for you. As far as the outline of the Q&A session here, what I will do is primarily look to the chat section to pull questions from to ask the employers. But in the event that we do run out of participant-driven questions, I will go ahead and just ask some kind of standard generalized questions of the employers. And how we'll structure that is we'll start with Libman, work our way to Schneider, and then end with Stevens Industries. So the first question that I have was actually geared towards Libman. And this individual asks, did she just say there was a free $50,000 life insurance policy? Danielle?
Yes, thank you for that question. I did. So we do provide every single employee, full-time employee, with a life insurance policy valued at $50,000. This policy, during the onboarding process, you can go into this policy and add to that. Of course, this is going to be a term life policy. Rates will be based on age, but this is something that all employees have access to. So at any point in time during open enrollment, which we do on an annual basis, you can add to that current policy. Good question.
Fantastic. Thank you, Danielle. And while I've got you on the line, I do have another question. This individual asks, where is the site located?
Sure. Well, we only have one location. We are located in Arcola, Illinois, just off of Interstate 57. We lie about 25, 30 minutes south of Champaign-Urbana, and about 35, 40 minutes north of Effingham. It is a small community, small rural community. It is unusual that we only have one manufacturing site, but believe it or not, we service all 6,000 customers around the world out of that one location.
Fantastic. Thank you, Danielle. And I do see that we received another question in the chat section, and this will actually be posed for all three of the employers. So we'll start with Libman and end with Stevens. This individual asks, are there any of the companies offering work from home positions due to COVID-19? Danielle, do you want to take a stab at that?
Sure. Well, we're manufacturing, so everything entailed around manufacturing, our employees have to be on site. As far as office positions go, I do have a couple of positions open. Dependent upon the department in which that position is in, yes, we are operating at about 50% capacity for those individuals. So there are days, for example, I'm one of those people. I am in the office 2 days 1 week and 3 days the opposite week. It's divided between my HR team. So there are some, but as far as manufacturing go, unfortunately, no, we have to have you in the building in order to make the product.
Fantastic. Thank you, Danielle.
Quite
Doug
welcome.
with Schneider.
Sure. As I mentioned in my presentation, we have about 19,000 employees. 7,000 of those are support positions. If you look at the nature of my industry being primarily transportation and warehousing, many of those jobs can't be filled from home, but many can. And where we can, anybody who can work from home essentially is. So the website I mentioned, schneiderjobs.com, is not only focused on truck drivers. We have all those support positions openings would be listed in that website as well. But certainly if there's some way we can accommodate someone working from home, we absolutely do.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. And Jordan with Stevens Industries, can you answer that question?
I can. Unfortunately, though, we do not have any positions that are work from home. Most of our positions are going to be out in the production floor area. So you are going to, we all have to be here to be able to put the pieces together and to make the different pieces. For the office, we do have some departments that are either doing a split shift, or if need be, they can work from home a couple of days a week. But the majority of our jobs are going to have to come in to work. We don't have really many that are work from home.
Thank you, Jordan. And I do have one other question in the chat section that just came in. This is kind of geared towards Libman and Stevens. This individual asks, are there any salaried positions for senior managers? And we'll start with Libman, excuse me. Danielle?
Yes, thank you. As a matter of fact, I have just filled some newly created positions through our job growth, especially in particular this year with COVID, being that we make cleaning tools, we have seen an increase of 46% in our sales. So we have added some salaried positions. Not all of our office positions are salaried, though. There are some hourly positions within the office. As far as the salaried positions go, I do have an IT position that is currently open. And I also have a regional sales director. That position is actually going to be based out of the Dallas, Texas area. So the bulk of our sales teams are throughout the US. Very rarely do we have any of those come open, but with the huge growth that we're seeing, we have just recently added that, and that position is posted on LinkedIn, and anyone that's interested is more than welcome to contact me directly.
Thank you so much, Danielle. And Stevens Industries, Jordan, can you answer that question as well, please?
So we actually have a couple of salaried positions currently. For senior manager positions, though, we have a e-commerce sales manager, which is salaried. We also have a production engineering manager in our millwork area that we have available. And then we have 2 production supervisor positions. We possibly have another one of those that's going to be coming available, which is salaried. And then outside of salaried positions, we do have a sales program manager, which is going to be an hourly position, but it is a manager position. Other than those manager or supervisory roles, some other salaried positions that we have a quality engineer, we have a HR generalist and an HR manager. And then we have a regional sales representative for panels and components currently available. So those are our different manager and salaried positions that we have available here at Stevens.
Thank you so much for that response, Jordan. I do have another question in the chat, and this is actually directed towards Doug with Schneider. This individual asks, does Schneider have openings in Edwardsville, Illinois? I currently live, near Edwardsville and St. Louis.
Pretty general question. Do my best to line that out. So my Edwardsville terminal, we have approximately 45 employees at that site. We do have a full service shop. We have operations, site management, things like that. When you go to our website, schneiderjobs.com, you can filter by area as well as by what you're looking for. So we certainly have openings for drivers. We continue to expand our driver base. As far as the office, I'm uncertain, but if you go to the website, schneiderjobs.com, across the top, you will see 4 options: truck driver, office, diesel technician, and warehouse. You can click on any one of those and filter by area. It can change. We also, kind of relating to an earlier question as far as working from home, that may very well change the landscape of how we do things. We may have more opportunities for someone who maybe lives in Edwardsville or maybe lives in Arthur, Illinois, to do the same kind of work from home. So I would encourage anyone wondering about their area, what would be available. The latest news on any job will definitely be updated on our website immediately.
Thank you so much, Doug. And I just do want to reiterate that if anyone has any questions for any of the folks who presented here today, please feel free to enter those into the chat and we'll get those answered for you. We have had some good questions thus far. I would just encourage you all to ask anything that you'd like while you kind of have this prime opportunity to speak with representatives directly. I do have another question that's kind of generalized, and this will be directed towards all 3 employers. So again, we'll start with Libman, work to Schneider, and then Stevens. This individual asks, Illinois news and national news are making references to additional COVID-19 shutdowns. Do your companies expect future shutdowns to impact your business? Danielle.
Yes, thank you. So at this time, there are no plans to shut our business down. We actually were deemed an essential business. Again, I'll go back to the point of what we make. We produce cleaning tools. And so our hospitals, our firehouses, our nursing homes, they all need these products to clean and help prevent the spread of germs and infections. So we've actually seen, as I stated earlier, an uptick in our sales by 46%. I do not expect us to be impacted. However, I don't sit at the governor's office, so I cannot guarantee that services would not be impacted. But at this time, we should not be. We are deemed an essential business.
Thank you, Danielle. Doug?
I guess I'd like to add to Danielle's comments is whatever they're making has to be hauled, and we're an essential business as well. So all the manufacturers across the country, all of the retail chains depend on the freight to move. The toilet paper in the world did not stop moving because of COVID. So it may change the face of our business and what we haul and what areas are most in demand. If there's a turn down in the car market where maybe people aren't buying as many new cars, that doesn't mean that people aren't buying the consumer staples. So feeding businesses such as Walmart, Target, the dollar stores, Dollar General, Family Dollar type of stores, that's not the type of thing that's been impacted by COVID. And those are also essential businesses. So no, I see very little, if any, impact in my industry.
Thank you, Doug. Jordan?
We are not going to be expecting any shutdowns that I know of as well in the future. We are an essential business as well. And to kind of piggyback off of what they all said, one of our industries that we actually build for is hospitals. And hospitals are increasing their intake of patients due to COVID. And so we are helping a lot with building the products that they need. A lot of hospitals are turning offices and extra space into patient rooms, and they are needing beds and cabinets and different things that we provide. And so, as of right now, no, we are not having any shutdowns, but like they said, it could change, but I can tell you that it does look good with our expansion of customers that we will not be shutting down.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jordan. And I just do want to reiterate once more, if you have any questions for any of the employers on here today, please feel free to enter them into the chat and we'll get those answered for you. Since we've had quite a few COVID kind of oriented questions, I'd like to ask you all a question as well. How are each of your respective organizations kind of handling COVID safety precautions? Danielle.
I appreciate that question. Thank you. So we are very, very fortunate in the fact that we recognized this very early on, as early as January, as a matter of fact. In January, the Libmans decided to start purchasing PPE, and not in small quantity by any means. We were fortunate enough to secure enough PPE that we actually turned around and donated a lot of PPE to our local hospitals and clinics. With that being said, face masks are mandatory at all times over nose and mouth. We simply ask that you protect us and that we protect you. We are also providing hand sanitizer stations throughout the facility, as well as providing small bottles of hand sanitizer to the employees directly, that they are more than welcome to refill at our stations and take home. In addition to that, we have latex gloves. And as I stated, practicing that 6-foot social distancing, doing frequent hand washing. We are cleaning on a regular basis all throughout the day. You will see our janitorial services out there cleaning the high touch points, the restrooms, the water fountains, any vending. We've limited the capacity to our break rooms. We also fog on a weekly basis the entire facility. In addition to that, we are a secured facility. And so what that means for our employees is you must have a badge that is active to enter into the facility. We require all employees to report whether they've been exposed, whether they've been contacted through the Department of Health for contact tracing, whether they have tested positive, whether they have went to states that have been deemed hot spots, which that is about every state anymore, to contact us and let us know. And then what we have is a process that we walk our employees through. The first thing we do is deactivate their badge so they're not allowed to get into the building. And then there are processes that we work with local doctors and health departments to ensure that when our employees are ready to return, that they are safe. We do temperature checks and screenings as well at the entrances. But I appreciate the question.
Thank you for that thorough response, Danielle. Doug.
Yeah, we as well are taking it very seriously. The nature of our business is that a lot of our associates have to be out there in the world dealing with customers. All of our drivers have access to we encourage and have a very easy means to provide feedback on every pickup, every delivery they do. So certainly we'll police that from a distance. If a driver's ever in a situation they feel uncomfortable, they have our support in getting themselves out of that situation. We've faced very little of that. Most of our customers are being very responsible, and we certainly appreciate that. We have facilities across the country to support our drivers. Schneider only facilities. Each of those is a secure facility. We know who's on that property. Cleaning has been scaled up. For those of our facilities that provide training to our newest associates, we've put in some distance learning options. So if there's something that we can do that's not a hands-on process for teaching them, if we can do it remotely, we certainly will. For those going to or from one of our orientation sites, one of our newest associates, as an example, will not use mass transportation. If we need to rent a car for that person, we certainly will, or encourage them to use their own car. We don't share hotel rooms, nothing like that. We provide PPE for all of our drivers at every stop to restock. And again, we have such an incredible trust in our fleet, and it's proven time and time again that it's warranted. That we trust everybody to behave responsibly and within the area that they're operating, whatever the requirements are. But we are proud to say we've had a very, very low infection rate here at Schneider.
Thank you, Doug. And Jordan.
So we, along with the others, have implemented a lot of different safety protocols in our facility to protect our employees as well as their family from COVID. So some of the things that we've done, so starting with social distancing, so we have minimized the number of people in our different areas. So meetings, rooms, offices, break room, the employee entrances. We've also we built and put up plastic dividers in offices and in the break rooms to help protect those. We've also asked everybody to wear masks or face shields at all times while they are in the building. We've adjusted some of our lunch schedules. We are limiting the number of chairs and tables that are in meeting rooms to make sure that they are not hitting capacity. We're encouraging our teams to use Microsoft Team meetings instead of actually meeting in person. For protective equipment, actually back in March, we had a employee of ours who she actually made every employee 2 cloth masks, and we passed those out to everybody. And then she also made an extra about 300 to 500 that we gave out to employees, family members as well. And so those employees wear those at all times. And we also provide masks for any vendors or any customers or clients that may be coming in who do not have a mask. We have plenty of them available that they can use. We require normal PPE like gloves and safety glasses at all times in our facility, so that has not changed. We do have vinyl gloves if anybody would like to wear those. We are doing some of our sanitation and disinfection that we are doing is we're asking employees to wash their hands every 30 minutes and clean their high touch surface areas every hour. And we provide them with hand sanitizer as well as a bleach mixture to clean all of their stuff. We've added touchless trash cans and paper towels as well as tissues. We also fog all of our high traffic areas like the break room, employee entrance, and restrooms on a daily basis. And then we do all of our office areas and some of our areas on the plant floor on a weekly basis. And then we've added also a extra team of COVID prevention specialists who are going around and cleaning all of our high touch areas like our door handles, handrails, vending machines, microwaves, ice machines, anything that the employees are touching on a constant basis. They are cleaning it multiple times a day. And then we've also implemented end of shift cleaning. So a part of their end of shift protocol is they are cleaning their work area, doing a deep clean of all their tools and any of their electronics that they have. And then for our building access, we have restricted a lot of our building access. So anybody from clients, vendors, and customers, they have to get approval from the CEO and president before they can come in. And we go through a screening process with them. And just like all the other facilities, we are doing temperature checks before they come in. So as soon as they come in, they get their temperature checked and they get a sticker to signal that they have been cleared. Anybody who is showing any symptoms or has had contact is given to our safety department, and they call them and do a contact tracing and provide them with any information that they may need to help them with their quarantine. And then lastly, we've been doing a lot of training with our employees. So we actually did a all employee COVID prevention training a couple of weeks ago, where we talked to the employees about how quickly the virus is spreading and why it's so important to clean your hands and your surfaces, as well as how to properly wash your hands and clean your surfaces to prevent them and their families from the spread of COVID. And we've been doing weekly blue boards on COVID prevention. And the last little thing that we did was back in April, we bought all of our employees hand sanitizer and a COVID touchless tool that they can use to open doors, and they can use it with their touchless pads when they're in the stores. And with their phones as well. So those are some of the different things that we've done. Um, we have a booklet of about 18 to 20 pages of things that we're doing, but those are just some of the big ones that we're doing here at Stevens to protect our employees and their families from COVID.
Thank you, Jordan, and thank you to each of the employers who participated in the Q&A session today. Lots of fantastic information that was provided, very thorough responses. And I just do want to mention that if anyone does have any additional questions for any of the employers who presented here today, please enter those into the chat and we'll make sure those get forwarded to the respective business that you'd like an answer from. At this point, we're going to pivot to the next portion of the session here today. And that's going to be a brief IDES presentation, just covering some various veteran services that the state provides. Charlie, are you available to present?
Yes, Daniel.
Fantastic. Let me get your slide up and we can begin. Begin whenever you're ready, Charlie.
Okay, great. Thank you and good afternoon. I'm Charlie Holstein. My job at the Illinois Department of Employment Security is as a veterans career coach, disabled veteran outreach program specialist. I've been with IDES for a little over 5 years, and I served in the Army for well over 20 years. The Illinois Department of Employment Security really appreciates the selfless service of our U.S. military service members and their spouses. Next slide, please. The objectives of this presentation is to identify the veteran career coach, the DVOP, and then also the veterans business specialist lever. Next. The state of Illinois receives a JVSG grant annually to fund the JVSG program, which consists of 2 groups of veterans employment representatives. The first is the Disabled Veteran Outreach Program Specialist. There's 22 authorized. And the second is the Local Veterans Employment Representative. There's 18 authorized. The number of positions are based on the annual grant funding amount. Next slide. The Veterans Career Coach, or the DVOP, is specifically trained to provide assistance to our veterans that are most in need. Our core functions are to conduct an assessment interview with each veteran that self-attests to one or more significant barriers to employment. We collaborate and create an individual employment plan with the veteran. We develop client interviews through job orders for veterans, and then we partner with the veterans business specialist, the lever, to develop job opportunities directly with area employers. Next slide. The veterans business specialist lever's primary focus are to promote the advantages of hiring veterans to the community, develop job opportunities for veterans that are working with the veterans career coach, advocate for all veterans within their American Job Center operational area, and in partnership with the veterans career coach, the DVOP, train the American Job Center staff and partners on how to provide employment services to veterans. Please visit our website If you have any questions about IDES, visit Illinois Job Link if you are searching for a job or have a job opportunity to post. And thank you for your time. And I'll be followed, I believe, by Daniel.
Next up will actually be a brief presentation consisting of an overview of workNet tools and resources by my colleague, David Garvey.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Charlie and Daniel. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Garvey, and I work with SIU's Center for Workforce Development with Illinois WorkNet. And I wanted to remind you all that today's session is being recorded and will be made available on the employer booth pages in our virtual job fair area for each of the employers who presented today. And the links to the employer booth pages have been shared in the chat. I also wanted to provide a brief overview of the Get Hired website. This can be reached by entering illinois.gov/gethired. I'll share that link in the chat now. And so Get Hired is a web portal that's been designed to connect workers with available job and career training opportunities across the state of Illinois. And from this landing page, there's a few different links that job seekers can use to connect to some of these opportunities and resources. So on this job seekers click here, this will take you to the landing page for Illinois Job Link. And here you can look through job postings that are available in the state. The virtual job fairs button will take you to the landing page on Illinois WorkNet for the virtual job fair area. And here you can search for the employer booth pages of organizations that are hiring. You can search by keyword or company name. You can filter by industry, and you can also do a location search. And if you enter hashtag veterans in the search keyword field, you will see the employers who have presented this week, in addition to other employers as well. And if you click on this page, if you click this VJF events button, that'll take you to a calendar view of available or of upcoming virtual job fair events that have been scheduled. And you can learn more about the event by clicking on the calendar entry and registering on Eventbrite with the link provided. Back on Get Hired, the online training opportunities button, that'll take you to the WorkNet Training Quick Start Guide. And here you can see different training options that are available to you, from community colleges to WIOA approved training programs, public and private training programs, as well as apprenticeship opportunities. And then back on Get Hired, below these buttons here, there's additional resources that you can access, including how to apply for unemployment insurance. And I also wanted to make note of the Veterans Resource Guide or Veterans Assistance Guide on Illinois WorkNet. This is accessible on the homepage of Illinois WorkNet, but also you can enter in the URL field illinoisworknet.com/vets. And this will take you to the guide page here, which you can navigate through by either clicking this drop down here or cycling through these arrows. And this guide includes information and resources such as how to connect to benefits and services, translating skills you've earned in your service to the workforce, and preparing to search for a job. Additionally, we link to other pages that provide an abundance of resources available to veterans and their spouses. And I'd like to point out that all the resources that I have covered are free to use for job seekers and will be accessible through Get Hired and Illinois WorkNet beyond this week's events. And with that, I will give it back to Richard with IDES for an opportunity to share any final remarks. Richard?
I want to thank everyone for taking part in today's Veterans Virtual Recruitment Series. We will be getting a survey out to everyone. I'd like to ask everybody to please complete that survey and get it back to us. Your responses will help us in planning future virtual career events. Take care and stay safe.